Hey everyone, welcome to the show.
Great to be here.
So imagine this, hitting rock bottom, really rock bottom in a prison cell. And then years later, you find yourself sharing a stage with like actual rock and roll royalty.
Wow, yeah.
But not as, another musician struggling. No, as a gospel singer, a beacon of hope.
That's quite the turnaround.
Really is. That kind of raw transformation. Well, that's the heart of the autobiography we're plunging into today.
It's definitely a powerful testament to how unpredictable life can be, isn't it?
Absolutely. So we're doing a deep dive into From the Shadow of the Blues. It's the memoir of John Lee Hooker Jr.
Hmm.
And it's unflinching. It lays his life bare, everything from dealing with his father's huge blues legacy.
Right, that shadow he mentions.
Exactly. To his own pretty harrowing descent into addiction and crime, and then thankfully his journey towards faith and finding this new purpose.
Ministering to others in prison, yeah.
That's right.
And what's fascinating right from the get-go is how he doesn't, sanitize anything.
Yeah.
He faces his past with this stark honesty. Really compelling stuff.
Okay, so yeah, as we got into this, a couple of things really stood out for us, things we appreciated, but no spoilers here.
Right.
First off, just like you said, that sheer unvarnished honesty, I found that incredibly powerful.
Hmm.
He doesn't pull any punches at all, describing the heroin addiction, the consequences.
No sugarcoating.
None. It's difficult sometimes, that level of honesty, but it just feels so authentic.
That authenticity is absolutely key. I think it lets you connect with the human side of it all.
Yeah.
You grasp the gravity of what he went through, and it makes his later transformation feel much more significant. It avoids, glorifying any of the bad stuff.
Exactly. And then switching gears a bit for anyone who loves music history, this book is, well, it's a gold mine.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. Growing up in Detroit, son of John Lee Hooker Sr., he was right in the thick of this vibrant music world.
This has been incredible.
Totally. You get these amazing glimpses into his childhood, encounters with blues legends, names like Big Mama Thornton, Jimmy Reed just pop up.
Well,
It's like getting a fascinating backstage pass to that whole era.
and if you think about the bigger picture there, it gives you a real sense of how music was just, embedded in Detroit back then.
Yeah, totally.
It wasn't just background noise. It was this huge cultural force, right? And his story shows that intersection of music heritage in his own life.
Hmm. Now, while the journey itself is ultimately really inspiring, it's important to say that the subject matter is heavy.
Definitely.
Addiction, incarceration. It can be emotionally challenging to read through some part. There are moments that are pretty raw and painful.
That's a crucial point, actually. The book doesn't flinch from the harsh reality of addiction
No.
and the devastating impact it has, not just on the person, but, families, communities.
Right.
So while it's maybe a demanding read in places, that unflinching honesty is sort of essential to the story's power, isn't it?
I think so. I also felt, maybe just me, but at times, the sheer amount of life he packs into the book.
Yeah.
It means the pace can feel really quick sometimes. Major life events seem to just fly by almost.
Okay, I can see that.
And you might find yourself wishing for, I don't know, maybe a little more time spent in certain periods.
That sense of speed, though,
Yeah,
maybe it reflects the chaos of those times he's describing.
that's a good point, yeah.
Or perhaps it was just a choice to keep the story moving, keep that forward momentum of his life's path.
Could be. So taking it all in, From the Shadow of the Blues, it really struck me as a compelling story, and ultimately a hopeful one,
Yeah.
about the possibility of real, profound change.
Hmm.
It gives you this candid look at some very dark places, but in the end, it shines a light on redemption, on finding purpose.
Yeah.
So considering the powerful storytelling and the unique insights, I'd give it a solid 4 out of 5 stars.
I'd agree with that. It's a significant autobiography, I think.
Mm-hmm.
Offers valuable perspectives on, personal struggle and the power of faith.
And that brings us pretty much to the end of our deep dive into the extraordinary life of John Lee Hooker Jr., as he tells it in From the Shadow of the Blues.
A truly remarkable journey and very thought-provoking.
Yeah. So if you found this exploration engaging, please take a second to like and subscribe. It really does help us bring more deep dives like this one.
Definitely helps.
We've also popped a link to the book on Amazon down in the description for anyone who wants to read the full story themselves.
It's one of those books that kind of stays with you after you finish it.
It really does. Thanks so much for joining us today. Down in the comments, we genuinely love to hear what resonated most with you from our chat.
Yeah, what stood out?
Or maybe what surprised you the most about John Lee Hooker Jr.'s life? Let us know. And please, share this with anyone you think might connect with his story, that journey through struggle to, well, triumph.
His is definitely a voice that deserves to be heard.
Absolutely. Until our next deep dive, keep exploring the stories that shape our world.